All right, so taking the world by storm last week were the Kardashians, which we all are we surprised that they decided they wanted to dominate the news feed right in the middle of the Capitol being taken over. So if you haven't heard, you must be living under a rock, but there are rumors swirling that Kanye West was having an affair with Jeffree Star. Now, who is Jeffree Star? Jeffree Star is a YouTuber slash make. I referred to him as a makeup mogul, I think, on Instagram, and people are like, that's generous. He's a YouTuber. He created a makeup brand that is wildly successful. He was also, you may have heard his name come up last year, or was it the year prior, or was this all last year? 2020. It feels like outside of like quarantine life or outside of COVID, like nothing else happened in 2020. And I forget that there were like 2.5 whole months before COVID like shut the whole world down. But so Jeffree Star was linked to Shane Dawson, who is also another very polarizingly controversial YouTuber who was canceled last summer with like everybody who was getting canceled. Last summer was like the year we were all like, cancel subscription to, and then we just went down the list because we were trying to save some money. Shane Dawson was one of the people that got canceled, and he made different documentaries with, or I think it was a documentary series with Jeffree Star about his makeup brand and about his life. Jeffree Star was also linked to the drama between James Charles and Tati, who has a... James and Tati are also beauty influencers on YouTube. James Charles was like in some beef because he was called out by Tati because he was promoting, I believe it was Sugar Bear hair at Coachella. And Tati was like, I thought we were friends. I have a similar brand to Sugar Bear hair. What are you doing? Apparently, Tati claimed that that was like exacerbated by Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson. And so they were entangled in that whole mix. And they were all putting out like YouTube videos, and these were like 40-minute videos. Like, who has time to sit here and watch all of these 40-minute videos? Like, just give me, a crying thing. Like, be like a real reality star, even though they're not reality stars. But be like a reality star and like go on Instagram Live and like cry for 10 minutes and then get off, and that we can all screen record and spread like an STD in college. But so anyway, so that's where Jeffree Star comes from. He is in the controversial world. He's been very problematic in the past. Like he was very much one of those like shock value YouTubers who would say really crazy and outlandish things and make really insensitive or inappropriate jokes back when he first started on YouTube. And since then, I think he's toned that down a lot and like apologized a lot for a lot of stuff that he said. But anyway, he still comes up and is caught up in a lot of this drama. He, I don't believe, is trans. I believe he identifies as a man. I don't think I'm hoping I'm using the correct pronoun, but I don't believe he is a they or them. I believe he is a he, or would like to be referred to as with the pronouns he, him. And so anyway, this YouTuber, or sorry, not YouTuber, this TikToker, Ava Louise, is claiming that Kim Kardashian is filing for divorce and that one of the attorneys that she consulted with has come to Ava, Miss TikTok Ava, and somebody even said that Ava, this is the same girl that was like licking toilet bowls last year, which, if that is her, gross. But she doesn't seem the most credible in my IMO, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. She doesn't seem the most credible. But anyway, she's claiming that a lawyer that was consulting with Kim Kardashian about her divorce revealed this information to her, saying that Kim Kardashian has a bunch of receipts. She has a Monique Samuels receipt book where she reveals that Kanye West was unfaithful to her, and one of the affairs that he was having is with Jeffree Star. Then this other TikToker, Patty Pop Culture, came out and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be a detective and pull all these strings together." And so he's like, Kanye and Jeffree Star live in the same gated community in Calabasas. Kanye has since moved or is staying full time in Wyoming on his ranch out there, and Jeffree Star back in August announced that he was moving to Wyoming and now lives in Wyoming. So they both were in Calabasas together in the same gated community. Now they're both in Wyoming together. Coinkydink, what? There was also a song that Jeffree Star did because apparently he does music too. He released a song where he references Kanye. He doesn't necessarily say like, oh, I sucked Kanye off, but like he references Kanye the same way a lot of people, like he said that it's like the way Eminem talks about people in his songs and calls people out by name. It was more of just like a reference, and it was many, many years ago. People were also drawing from comments that Amber Rose made in the past saying that Kanye might be a little gay. There was another person who is trans that Kanye was linked to. I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but I remember there were stories that came out a couple years ago about him being linked to a trans woman. There, Amber Rose says he likes Lil Pinky up the butt and he's probably a little gay. There was a song that was also leaked back, I believe it was the St. Pablo album. And there was a song that was leaked from that I don't believe was released on the album, but was leaked on YouTube, where he references sleeping with a dude. And so there are all these like little loose ends that people are trying to tie together. People are also saying that Kanye might have like some internalized homophobia that comes from him actually being gay because, you know, now he's become very religious. Whether it's all speculation, it's all rumors, gossip, Twitter chatter. Jeffree Star came out recently, a couple days ago, did a video reacting to the news because he like vlogs, and so he had people like film him reacting, and he's like, I've never slept with Kanye. I've never even met Kanye. We've never been in the same room together. Apparently, he's only been to like one Kanye concert. And so Jeffree Star is completely denying the rumors. He was having a little fun with it and like retweeting some people and like making jokes. Like he posted a photo on his Instagram that says, I'm ready for Sunday service, referencing Kanye's Sunday service. So he's completely shot down the rumors. Would he actually own up to them if they were real? I don't know. I believe he likes to, he likes to stay relevant. So I wouldn't be surprised if, he is denying this to have, I don't know. Do I believe that it happened? I do not believe that Kanye West has slept with Jeffree Star. I will say that. Do I believe Kanye West has cheated on Kim? Very likely. Do I believe Kanye West has maybe slept with somebody that may be trans? Possibly. I wouldn't be surprised about that either. Do I believe his sexuality is more fluid than he wants people to believe? Very likely. I think all of those are very likely. Him sleeping with Jeffree Star, very unlikely. I just think Jeffree Star wouldn't have actually said anything. I don't know. It also could be something that's coming from the Kardashian camp because he, remember, accused Kim of sleeping with Meek Mill. Now she's apparently being linked to Van Jones, who is a political commentator, and she's worked with a lot over the past couple of years with her prison reform and social justice work. So now there are rumors that she's dating Van Jones. We know that Kim and Kanye have been living separately for quite some time now. He's in Wyoming. She's still in Calabasas with the kids. So he also wasn't with her on Christmas. So they seem to have been living separate lives for a really long time. Wouldn't be surprised if they've actually split up. I don't believe the Jeffree Star rumors are true, but I do believe he may very likely have been unfaithful. And that may have been something like Chloe and Lamar, where she was hiding his drug use and hiding how hard that was on the family. And I think that could be the case with Kim and Kanye, and she was trying to protect him because she really did love him and wanted to be with him, yada, yada, yada. Now, do I believe it's also a little convenient that this is happening all of the same week that they happen to be filming the series finale of Keeping with the Kardashians? What a coinkydink. So the Kardashians the other day posted on their Instagram stories. Kim made a video saying this was our final day of filming for Keeping Up with Kardashians. As we know, they have left E. They're moving over to Hulu. The final season of Keeping Up with Kardashians will be coming out very shortly. It was supposed to come out early 2021. So I'm assuming it's coming in probably March, maybe April. And then we know their deal with Hulu picks up at the end of 2021. So I think that I predicted this last year when he first had his meltdown when he was on his presidential run tour and he was talking about him wanting Kim to get an abortion and how, he was very unhinged and was talking about how, like, he almost killed his daughter and he had got Kim the pills and he wanted her to have an abortion, but she ultimately ended up keeping the baby. And then he went on Twitter and was ranting about Kim and about Kris and calling Kris out for, supporting Kim's choice to pose for Playboy and taking pictures of her. And he called Kris Jong-un, and he said that his life was based on that movie Get Out, which was basically saying that the Kardashians are controlling his life and they had him on a 5150 lockdown, which is basically, I believe, when you're a danger or threat to yourself or others, they put you on it's a psych hold, I believe, a 5150. And so he says that they try to medicate him and that they're trying to control his life. And like, I get it. I would imagine being part of the Kardashian family is not easy. I think a lot of people have come into the Kardashian family and have left torched. I think Black China's a great example. I think Lamar Odom's a great example. We also see, who is the other? Chris Humphries, Lil Cuckoo. So there are just a lot of, it's I would imagine, very challenging to be part of that family. I did say that I thought Kim was laying down the track works when the photos leaked of her and Kanye in Wyoming together, and they're in the car. I believe they were like at a Chick-fil-A or they were somewhere, and they were in like a Toyota Corolla. They were in they weren't even in like an SUV with tinted windows or anything, which you would assume if they were having a private conversation, which is why I was a little iffy about those photos. And I said that back then when they first came out, that this felt like an intentional, like someone, either Kim or someone in her camp or Kris, knew where Kim was going to be. They sent a photographer because there weren't many photos. It seemed like it was only one photographer that happened to catch them in the act. My thing is, it's like if you live on a ranch and you want to have a private conversation with your husband, then like go somewhere on the ranch where nobody's going to actually find you. Like there aren't all these paparazzi photos of Kanye that are coming out every other day, but there happened to be one paparazzi in Wyoming that weekend that happened to know exactly where they were going to be in this car in this parking lot. To me, it just felt like it was part of a bigger strategy and again, I said that this was similar to Teresa and Joe from Real Housewives of New Jersey, where this most recent season, she was laying down those tracks. She was setting us up for why it would make sense for her to divorce Joe. I think we all kind of understood, but she wanted to make sure that there was a solid case outlined that was documented on the show to make it look like she really tried and she gave it her all. I predict the same thing with Kim Kardashian this season on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. There's no way they can't address Kanye's presidential run or him, outing her abortion or the tweets or him not living with her and being in Wyoming. Like, and now the divorce, like, oops, excuse me, I had a burp. There's no way we can't address it in the final season, so I assume that it's going to lay out the case for why she ends up filing for divorce, and that's what we're going to get in the finale, is her being like, I'm ready to be divorced, I'm ready to walk away from this reality TV life, and now I'm ready to focus on being a lawyer and on social justice issues, and now me and Van Jones are going to go live happily married, happily ever after. I think we'll probably get a little bit of Kim being single for a minute, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she settled down with somebody like Van Jones, who she's currently rumored to be dating. I don't think there will be another Keeping Up with Kardashians or family style reality show with them. Maybe there might be something that follows Kim and her social justice stuff. Maybe there's something that follows the sisters. I don't think Kendall and Kylie will be part of whatever Hulu has to bring, unless there's something, I don't know. I just don't see them really caring to be part of the reality show or any of that life. And I don't think Hulu would go in the direction of giving us another very similar Keeping Up with the Kardashians reality show. I think we're going to get different types of content because they said it was going to be different. It was going to be different from what we had seen. It was going to be different shows or different series, and it was going to be global content. So I would assume that there is going to be, I mean, we could even get like something like a spinoff of like Kourtney and Kim and Kourtney and Khloe, like those types of spinoffs. So we might get something like that, but maybe it tackles like Kourtney traveling the world or something. I just think they were ready to move on from that, and whatever we get from Hulu it has to be very different from what they gave us on E, because I think that show, it's just we've moved on and evolved from that, and their reality show lives with everything in the press, with everything on social media, like they just couldn't keep that up anymore. And hopefully they were very groundbreaking when Keeping Up with Kardashians kind of set the trend and the precedent. And even with social media, I know Paris Hilton was like the first influencer, but Kim Kardashian really revolutionized what social media was. Whether you like her or not, they have done a lot for our culture. Not like, I know when people think of culture, they think like traveling to other countries and, that sort of culture, but like pop culture, they've really changed and revolutionized that whole world. And I think they plan to do that with Hulu moving forward. But we'll see what happens. I predict we will get the full divorce story in the final season. We'll see her filing for divorce or making the decision to file for divorce in the final episode as they reminisce and sail off into the sunset and are ready to move on to the next chapter of their lives. That's what I have to say about the Kardashians.